We are just chilling here on Easter, waiting to see if my tablets go live. That one did. What's up, everybody on Kick? Yeah, there we go. What's up, everybody on YouTube? What's everybody on Kick? What's up, everybody on Twitch? Alright, well, I think we're gonna kind of stick with what we've been doing this weekend. And we're gonna just do some Reddit reads, we'll do some videos, maybe we'll do some Discord games or Magic the Gathering, and then maybe we're gonna do some Division later. For right now, we're just going to chillax, see if anybody comes rolling in. So hope everybody's doing all right today. So I think we're all set and ready to go. I am Cutter, as everybody knows. If you don't know, then you need to know. Then you're in the right place to find out. We're going to do some Reddit reads. We can talk about whatever. Today's Sunday. It's open topic. We're just Easter chill. So if anybody has anything, if they come in. Yo, G Gang, what's up? Man, hold on. I need to update that. I don't know how to do that. There we go. Hi, Noreen. How are you doing? Have 18 plus everywhere. Had to make sure all my shit said 18 plus. I can't have no more kiddies coming in. How are you doing today? How's your Sunday going? How's your Easter going? Yeah, I'm the host. I'm supposed to ask all the questions and shit. What are you doing? It was mellow. It was just me and my parents. My daughter was with her mom this weekend. It was her year to have her, so. Excuse me 1 minute. Be right back. And we're back. Just had to do a little quick something. So mine was alright. I am the friend, so I have to ask. Oh, okay, is that how it works? Yep. Oh, she was with her mom, and then we just finished dinner, hung out. We went for a drive up into the hills, and then that was about it. Now I'm just gonna stream and chillax, podcast for a while, till whenever I feel like stopping. Then maybe stream some Division and watch a movie and do it again. So it was chill. Did you go some to your families, or did you guys just have something there, or did you guys just not even did you guys not do anything, or what did you do for your Easter? Just trying to read this headline. Went to my dad and stepmom's. Went into my mom's and hung out for a bit. Went to my side of the family. Hubby's family didn't do anything this year. Oh, okay. Well, hey, at least you guys did some stuff, right? That's good. That's what we like to see, family. And now you're back home, and you're like, shit, we gotta go, honey. We gotta get out of here. Cutter's podcast is coming, and I can't miss that amazing shit, so you better get my ass home. Happy Easter, everybody. We the fuck out. Was it something like that? Is that how it went? Right? He wanted another slice of fucking ham or whatever the fuck you were eating, and you're like, no, we gotta go. Clock is ticking, and Cutter doesn't wait. Yep, played some Once Human for about 2 hours, and then now I'm playing some MTG. Yeah. Oh, by the way, yeah, Wookie's gonna join too. He's been playing, like he said, Magic the last 30 years and stuff, so he's in on the tournament, so we're up to 4 of us. I want to try to get a good amount so we can do like maybe like an 8-person tournament, you know? But he's down to play, so yeah. Oh yeah, that's right. You were in his stream. I forgot, and then I was talking to him about it, and he switched to Magic for a minute. So yeah, might do like something like third place finishes, 10,000 channel points. Second place finishes, maybe your own emote, and then first place finishes like Cutter Twerks or something. No, that's not happening, and that's not going to be the number one thing. I'm just saying, like, we could have a tournament with just fun stuff, because right now I can't offer you guys like any monetary prizes yet. I say yet because that's what we're going to work towards, right? But I can just offer like fun stuff, so, or like the winner, gets to choose if Cutter eats a habanero or a ghost pepper or something like that. I don't know. I think I'm going to do some research tonight or tomorrow for streaming and figure out how I want to begin again. Okay. Or you could just fire up the software, fucking pick your game you want to play, and then just go, hello, I'm back. How about the winner gets to pick your next game for a stream or something like that? That's just for one stream. I don't know, because I don't even want to play Sims for one stream. I already know where your head's at. I'll see. I'll put some stuff up. I'll put some ideas together, but I'm not going to guarantee, because I don't want to. I don't want to play something necessarily that I'm miserable playing. Yeah, I want you guys to be able to pick something. But if I'm going to play something, I'm not going to play it. You know what I mean? We'll see. That might be one of the prizes, is like picking one of my games or something. I can get down on that. But it's going to be like, I mean, to be fair, I might be like a dick in this, but it's going to be like, pick from these 5 or 6 games, right? I'm not going to be like, pick whatever you want, because I'm not going to sit and play like, Disney Dreamlight Valley. Why do I want to do that, right? That's not the types of games I play, right? I was going to pick prequel Borderlands with me. Oh, for selfish reasons. Right. All for you. Okay. No, I mean, yeah, it's definitely something I'll put in there. Like, I'm not saying no, but it'll probably be within, like, a realm of a certain group of games, you know what I mean? Like, pick from one of these 5 games. It's not going to be like, pick whatever the fuck you want. Yeah. I wouldn't get a game I don't like, though. Don't knock Disney Dreamlight Valley. It's so cute and fun. And for the right people and for the right audience, it is, right? It's not my style, and I don't want to play something that people that watch me don't necessarily, come to me to see, right? And then if I'm not having a good time, right? But I mean, like, I'll probably do it. You know what? The more I get into this, I'll do fun things like where, one of the prizes is that I'm forced to play like Sims with you for an hour or something like that. You know what I mean? Where I can get, or first place gets a gift card and 10 hours with me on Harry Potter, fucks his broomstick or whatever that game is, right? Not for your sure for outside. Yeah, so I guess that would be kind of selfish of me, But I think it's fair if I picked like 5 or 6 games that I know that like I'm okay playing, and then I let you guys decide maybe something along lines. But occasionally I'll do fun stuff, like I said, like a gift card and 10 hours playing The Sims or something like that, right? Fuck the gift card. I want 10 hours of Harry Potter. She's like, here, get you, motherfucker. You go fucking use this, right? What if it's like a $500 Best Buy gift card? Then what? Then you're going to say fuck the gift card and 10 hours of Harry Potter still? Let's see how fast you change your answer on that one, right? Yeah, because what do I need at Best Buy? That's true. Well, then ultimately, I'll make sure that you win, because if I buy the gift card, right, and then say pick the game, the 10 hours of Harry Potter, you're going to want to make it where I'll just keep the gift card and I'll go to Best Buy, and then you get your little 10 hours of fun, right? So really all I'm out is 10 hours of my time, right? Because I already need shit and want shit from Best Buy, and so what the fuck, right? Now, if it was Barnes and Nobles, oh yeah, that's true, huh? I might do something down the road here too, like, if things get more poppin' and stuff. Like, you can, first, second, and third places chooses between, like, what, like a Best Buy, a Barnes and Nobles, and like a, I don't know, just give me another store, like a Michael's or whatever. That's just an example, you know what I mean? Or everybody kind of mentions things, and I'll get like 3, like one's to like, pizza, one's to whatever, or something, Amazon. There you go. That's a good one. I could only do maybe like, $10 gift cards, or just something to get yourself something like cute, but at least it's something to, hey, so I mean, I got to start doing that. But, obviously I got to be a lot more active. I have to have a lot more of some sort of, I mean, I get occasionally Twitch payouts, but I need to be more regular, right? But I would definitely do something like that. Protein bars. You know, yeah. You get the Amazon gift card, go get your protein bars. If you want to know, you know, two good things to do your weight burning that you're trying to do, or your fat burning or whatever. I don't know how you are with spicy foods, but hot peppers are really good for you, and they're good for burning fat cells. Um, so you might want to look into liking spicy foods, right? I know you're gonna hit it off and make it on here. I love the kind words. I wish I believed it as much as maybe you actually do. I just got to get to that point to believe in myself more. It's just hard to get there, but no spicy little peppers kill you. Okay, well then that's out. Another thing is if you go and like you can get it right at Walmart. The best brand is Six Star. It's normally for like people that are like working out and lifting, but if you like exercise, if you're taking walks and you're doing any type of exercise, make a whey protein shake. Get the Six Star whey protein, and that also will help you burn fat. The whey protein helps you burn the fat. Yeah, you lift? Okay, and that's perfect. So if you're lifting and actually doing the physical exercise part, get the Six Star whey protein, and mix it with like what I do is I mix it with like kale and like frozen fruit, and it actually comes out fucking delicious. You don't taste the kale, and it's a really good fucking drink. It's almost like a dark cherry flavor. That's what it ends up being, like almost like a real dark cherry. Uh, it's only 2 to 5 pound weights, but hey, it's still lifting, it's still exercise. But I'm just saying, whey protein will help burn your fat, but you have to activate it by being physical, right? You can't just take a whey protein shake and sit on your ass, right? You got to go and lift weights or exercise, stretch, whatever, and stuff like that. Really, that's my favorite one. The chocolate one is kind of thick. The chocolate one, I'm telling you right now, if you want to make it like the protein shakes that I've been having, is we mix it with the frozen fruit, which has like berries in it, and I'm telling you, with the chocolate whey protein and like the berry mix and a little kale, it just tastes like a dark cherry. It's fucking great. Otherwise, just stick with the strict vanilla one. I was doing it in water, so I don't know if that's why. Yeah, normally like mix in a little bit of milk, but try to get low fat milk or almond milk. Any of the nut milks you can, and yeah, I know plenty of jokes, are there. But seriously, drink one of the nut milks and mix it, and you'll have a little bit better of a protein shake. You can mix it with water. I used to do it too, but it's just not as good. It doesn't go down as fun. But like I said, mix it with a low-fat milk or a nut milk, and it'll be a lot better for you, and it'll taste a lot better. Like I said, I'm no pro bodybuilder. I'm trying to help you out because you're more concerned with I'm assuming weight loss. It's not an embarrassing thing, so I have no problem like saying that. Everybody wants to lose weight. That's why I eat better and stay healthy for my liver, and I don't want to get fat and sick. But I know you're trying to do more of your weight loss journey, so that's just some good tips. And when I was working out, a lot of it helped with because at the same time I started working out, I was trying to lose weight at the same time. So I am both. I want to be thinner and I want to build muscle. Yeah. But the first thing you want to do, though, is you want to lose your weight before you start building too much muscle, right? Because if you don't, then all you're doing is you're building muscle underneath the fat and you're not going to lose weight. And then you're going to think you're fatter and then you're going to try harder and you're going to make yourself sicker. So what you want to do is start getting down to a certain amount of weight. You can do light weights. My strong-year-old is stronger than me and I'm embarrassed by it. Well, you should be because that's pretty bad. Oh, really? Should I stop lifting right now? Yeah, you don't want to, you want to lose your weight. I do small lifts, right? Like you said, you're only using 2-pounders. that's fine. If you're only using like 2 to 5 pound weights on your arms, you're not bodybuilding or anything like that. But you don't want to try to be toning up leg muscles and ab muscles and arm muscles if, say, like, no, don't take this the wrong way, but like, say there's fat and flab that's there and stuff like that, because all you're going to do is put it underneath the fat. You're not doing yourself any good. In my defense, I do have a muscle problem since I was born. Well, I'm not talking. I didn't know that. Did I say something in regards to that? There's no shame to admit it. What do you mean by a muscle? Oh, you mean that you're weak? No. And you know why? Because you weren't in a situation where you needed to, like, build it, right? You were a girl being a girl, right? So, like, you can train your muscles to be stronger, right? But you never had to or needed to or wanted to or whatever the reason was. So of course you're going to be weak, right? But I'm telling you right now, like, just do very light lifting. Just do like light arm curls. If you're going to do like leg stuff, your biggest thing right now is cardio, right? Is cardio and stretching, and then, you know, like losing some of the weight, and then when you start getting down, then start doing the muscle, so that way you're not just putting on more weight, right? Nope, I was born earlier and had to go to physical therapy for me to gain it. And also, I don't know what I'm doing. Okay, yeah, but you could still gain the muscle. You can still gain the muscle. Born early or not, you can still gain it. You just have to work a little harder, right? So keep doing what you're doing with the light weights, but don't really increase until you start seeing a pretty substantial, like, decrease in your weight. Like, let's say you're 200 and you see yourself at about like 185 or 180. Do some more weights. You know what I mean? Then start worrying about the lifting. Then once you start getting your weight down, then you start doing the lifting, because you're never going to notice anything. You're never going to notice anything if you're lifting weights with fat on top of it, right? And I'm speaking from experience, because I was fat when I started working out, and I'm not saying anything to you. I'm saying fat as a substance, not fat as you're a pig. So make sure you understand that, right? Should I go to smaller weights for now? What's the heaviest weight that you're lifting, right? You figure, you know, like a 2.5 pound weight, 2 to 5 pounds, you're fine, right? When you're doing that, you're doing nothing but toning. Yeah, don't go over 5 pounds right now. Oh, and that's a struggle? Then I wouldn't even do that. Honestly, until I would keep doing the 2.5s until you start seeing that you're not, like, you know what I mean? You're gonna get to a stopping point where the 2.5s aren't gonna do anything for you. But if 5 is kind of a struggle, work a little more with the 2.5s and build up that, and then do the 5s again. Yeah, well, I don't know if they even make those kind of. Do they make them now? I know when I go to weights, they go buy weights and stuff, and I know they have the more like Fabletics style weights. You know, I didn't know that I thought they went 2.5, 5, and then whatever, but I could be wrong. Do they? Oh, I don't know. I never had to lift that low. Are you fucking kidding me? I do now. I mean, I probably do now, but yeah, no, don't. Yeah, I would say the 2.5. It's a decent amount of resistance, because right now what you're doing is just toning. You're trying to tone them up and strengthen them up. You're not trying to build them up. Don't increase what's called strength training. You're just doing physical training to help lose weight, right? So the weightlifting, don't turn it into muscle building until you start seeing the weight come off, or you're gonna just you're gonna not see a difference, and so you're gonna think you're still fat, and then you're gonna try harder, and then you're gonna be, you know, so you got to be careful how you do it, right? Yeah, well, use them when you're walking. That's good to know, because I want to start strength training. Yeah, just lose some of the weight first. And get your cardio going. That's the biggest thing. Get your cardio going, and then when you start seeing the weight loss and you feel a little bit better, then start incorporating muscle training or strength training as they call it, right? Into your like cardio training. And then you'll do it the right way. And then that way you'll be the right way. So then when you start putting on more muscle to where you want to tone yourself up to whatever, the weight's not in the way, the fat's not in the way, and then you're not huffing and puffing because you're a little more used to it or in shape, so to speak, right? I work out 5 days a week, cardio and full body workouts from YouTube for a half hour to an hour a day. Yeah, and to be fair, you only have to exercise weight training, strength training 3 times a week. And then you can, cardio train the rest of the week and then always take a day off, right? That's, when I lifted weights, that's what I did, right? Except for the way I did it, which you can also do. If you want to work out, okay, so if you want to strength train and cardio train, once you start getting to the point where you're doing both, what you want to do is break everything up into days, right? So all your leg exercises is your leg day. It's no joke. You hear about it, but do it that way, Have the day that you're going to go in and just work on your arms, right? The day you're going to go in and just do chest or back. And then the day you're going to go legs. So you alternate that way and you can work out more times a week. But you don't want to be the same workouts, the same amount of time every day of the week. That's not good, right? Oh, damn, I'm glad we had this talk. I was going to do strength 7 days a week. This is my first time doing it. Yeah, and especially when you're starting it, Noreen, you want to start slow. Like, I know you want to go in, everybody, you want to go in hard, you want to go in heavy. Don't. You know what? You can increase it when you start seeing a difference where you feel like, oh man, I can start lifting more. I really can strength train now. And, I feel comfortable with my weight. Like my cardio is good. I feel comfortable like where my body is at and stuff like that. Yeah, but even then they tell you don't work out 7 straight days a week. You're not a bodybuilder that's going to lift, to win awards and then die like 20, 30 years before he's supposed to. That was a specific amount of time, sorry. I thought you were, it makes sense. I thought you were supposed to do full body strength daily. Come live here and be my trainer. No, yeah, I'm not that good. I just know from my experience and when I was doing it. But yeah, because your body needs the rest. So if you're doing your legs every day, you're gonna kill your legs, right? Because you're burning them out. They're not gonna have time to recover, right? You might think bodybuilders might think they're getting like super strength, but like if you don't give your body time to heal, so to speak, they need to rest. So you always want to alternate, right? And that's what I used to do when I worked out with my workouts. I alternated, like it was cardio and legs, cardio and arms, cardio and chest, cardio and back and abs. Then it was cardio and arms, cardio and legs, cardios and back and chest, cardios and, whatever. So it gives their time to rest. Or you can do, like legs and abs today, right? Arms and chest tomorrow, back and butt Thursday, and then next week do, arms and legs together, back and butt together, and just whatever. But you don't want to do the same amount of workout of the same amount of things, of the same amount of weights, the same amount, or whatever, consistently on the time. You're not trying to bulk up, right? You're just trying to lose weight and get a little more in shape. You're definitely not doing power training. You're just doing strength and toning, right? So that's how you want to do it. And then when you start feeling better, add a 4th day. Do 4 workouts a week, right? But always give yourself at least 1 day to rest and figure out the other 6 days, right? Without getting too repetitive on weights. So that way each part of your body has an ample time and equal time to recover. That's the best advice I can give you on that. Makes sense. Yeah, I'd like to lift 50 pounds without dying and not being able to move it an inch. Yeah, and you'll get there, but you want to do it slow. It's going to take a while. And then you'll hit what's called plateaus, where you feel like you're not gaining ground or, you're not you know, like the muscle strength isn't going up and the weight loss isn't going down, but you just gotta keep doing it. And don't force yourself to lift more than you can, and don't force yourself to lose weight harder than your body can handle it. And just make sure that, you know, before you really start hit strength training, make sure you've got your weight down a good amount so that your cardio is up, and then just slowly incorporate different physical strength workouts in with your cardio workouts, and you'll be golden. And then, you know, obviously, you know, I don't have to tell you to eat good. The whey protein will help, you know. Makes sense. I really appreciate the advice and tips. Hey, that's what Cutter Dog's here for, right? And that's from experience, because I did lift. Again, I'm not a bodybuilder, but I did lose weight several times, not just because I was sick and got the transplant, but when I was, you know, really fat and ugly after drinking for so long, I decided to quit for 7 months. You know, when I got down to 235, and then, you know, I got back, you know, and then, you know, I went right back to what I did. But I worked really hard. I quit sodas. You know what? I cold turkeyed sodas, which cold turkeying sodas I know is a lot easier than another thing. It may not be to people, but I cold turkey sodas, cold turkeyed fast foods, and I lost almost 20 pounds within the first month. Especially if it's a big part of like your diet and stuff, like drinking sodas. Even if you quit recently, but like cutting it out completely, you'll start seeing a substantial difference by just cutting out sodas 100%. And then cut fast food out. I know it's easy sometimes, but cut it out and eat regular food that you cook, or healthier alternatives to fast food, which would be like Subway or something like, you know, a little more, or like a poke bowl or something like that. It can be very hard quitting pop and fast food, so that is amazing work on your end. Yeah, and pop wasn't, I mean, like, soda wasn't as hard for me as, and you know what, I mean, to be honest, well, yeah, when they said I was going to die and I thought of my daughter, that's when I quit, so that part wasn't hard, but obviously it was hard for me to quit drinking because I never could. But sodas, it was just a thing of, I got challenged by somebody. And they didn't think I would do it. And so the very next day, I quit drinking. I signed up for a gym, and every day for 7 months, I fucking hit the gym. I hit the protein shakes. I fucking hit the cardio. I never drank, and I fucking lost weight. But then, you know, I picked up a beer again, and the rest was history. What's a poke bowl? It's like, you know, where you go. It's almost like a sushi, but in a bowl. You know, you pick different things that you want in your bowl, and you can have raw salmon with it. You can have some ramen in there. You can have like, you know, like raw tuna, some spinach, a cucumber salad. You know, a poke bowl. If you've never heard of them, go get one. They're fucking phenomenal. Do you want me to show you what one looks like? Do you want me to show you it? Here, we'll look it up. Look at this. That's a poke bowl right there. Look at that. See? See? You got like rice on the bottom, right? And then you can pick like radish to go in there, avocado, cucumber. You got salmon. You got sesame seeds. You know, all kinds of different stuff you can get in them, right? Right? Chicken, you can get like, this is cucumber salad, you know, sriracha, avocado, teriyaki chicken, noodles, everything. They're fucking delicious. I can't have the raw stuff anymore, right? So I can't have this. But I can get all the other stuff that's cooked or pre-cooked. Like, that's pre-cooked shrimp right there, right? With teriyaki chicken. So I can get everything except for the raw fish. But that's a poke bowl, and they're fucking delicious. And they're good for you. We'll keep that up in case we have to Google anything else throughout the night. But I think we're gonna do what I've been doing. We'll just keep talking as long as people want to talk and stuff, and then we'll do Reddit reads, TikToks, and then I might do some magic. If I don't do magic tonight, I'm probably gonna switch and do some Division 2, and then try to see if we can get a few more people to join that want to play Magic. Maybe I'll play it on stream one time, just on my regular channel. So You'll have to try sometime. Yeah, you'll really like them. And also if you're, what they tell you too, if you're trying to lose weight, also, I know you said you don't like the spicy hot peppers, which sucks because that's a really good way to burn fat. Um, is white rice and chicken, but boil your chicken or bake your chicken and be careful of like barbecue sauces and shit on there because that's where all your calories come from. But a lot of people will swear by, like just like white rice and boil a chicken or bake a chicken and then just have chicken and rice. That's really good with the everything. Yeah, which and then chicken and ketchup isn't too bad. Which that's weird that you only use ketchup, but it sounds like you use ketchup on just about. That's the only thing you use. I've used ketchup on chicken, but barbecue sauce is ketchup based anyway, so realistically, it's not really that different. It's minus the spices, right? Um, so, so yeah. No, I was just looking at something. Sorry, guys. I only use ketchup. But anyway, just little tips. But yeah, I would definitely recommend, getting the weight off that you want, or at least getting, start working that first before you start trying to build muscle, right? Because you're not going to build it when there's the fat, because the fat's going to restrict the muscles and stuff. It gets in the, it basically gets in the way. And so work on that first and your cardio, and then start incorporating slowly your weightlifting and stuff. I'm going to eat this peanut butter cup real quick before we go too far. I think Dreamy disappeared on us. She was in here a second ago. What's a thing? Oh. No, it might have looked that way, but it wasn't. It was a Reese's, one of those little Reese's peanut butter cups. So it's probably just the way I was holding it. Oh yeah, that would make sense, huh? Actually, I do have a piece of candy that is egg shaped, but it's in a little carrot thing that my mom put the candy in behind me, and I'm not gonna go get it right now. So you're not that far off, but it was a Reese's peanut butter cup. Yeah, it looks like this. It's a little like plastic little carrot thingy, and then the little lid comes off, and then you put like candy in it. Damn, got my ass handed to me, did you? Well, I heard it's pretty big, so that's not too hard. Oh, damn! We can say that now because she's on her journey, so. But we like big butts, and we cannot lie. I am such a big butt. I don't like small butts, and I don't like skinny girls. I don't like I mean, I'm not like saying like, I'm gonna get hell for this, but like Birth of the Beach Whale, like I'm not like into that. But I like my woman's got to have curves, right? I don't like skinny girls and booty. You got to have a booty, man. It's got to be thick. Oh, you do? All right. Let's get you a twerk and perk on your channel. I love booty. I love curvy butts. I love curvy women. Not like, you know what I mean. I mean, I'm going to be like shallow here, not like, you know, like you know. But I like them with the curves, and I like the booty, man. I want something to grab and smack. I don't want to hit bone or like miss, you know. That's the only thing you've kept up on is your butt. Hey, so like the rest of your body sucks, but if you turn around, you got that ass. Is that what you're saying? Hey, you're allowed to be into whatever you want. You're absolutely right. And I am. I have a limit, but I like curves on my girl. It's like if you ever seen the movie The Replacements, when the guy gets up on the table, I like big women. Like that's me. Not like unhealthy large. I'm talking like curvy, but like skinny girls, like perfect example, and I use her because I can't stand her as it is. Taylor Swift. She's too skinny. She might be cute, but she's not pretty to me. I don't think she's got a pretty face in the sense of the like, oh my god, I can look at it forever. But her body type, that's too skinny for me. Yeah, I'm bashing on Taylor again. I'm sorry, Taylor Swift. And you know what? She might sit there and go, well, you're just a minuscule little grain of salt in the world. And you know what? I'm not trying not to be in your world, right? I'm just speaking my opinion. Like people like in her world. No, I'm not trying to be in her world. Yes, I know I'm a speck of sand in this grand universe. I feel that way in streaming, but I'm trying to become at least a dirt clod. So putting her on blast, yeah, I'll put her on blast every time. I'm just not a fan. I mean, if it was like, hey, Taylor Swift wants to do an interview with you, I'd be like, good, all my fans are going to be excited. But I don't really like her. So, I mean, if she's going to pay me a lot of money to do this podcast with her, then she can come on any fucking time she wants, but she might not like the line of questioning. Don't tell her that if she's doing an interview. No, I'll wait till she pays me and then I'll be like, yo, bitch. Finish the interview, get the check, and be like, by the way, I fucking hate you. Leave. Like, I mean, I don't hate her as a human, right? Like, you guys understand what I'm saying, right? I don't like her music. I can't stand that she's all over the NFL football coverage. And I just don't like her. I just can't stand her. I don't want her, like, anywhere. So, like, every chance I get to publicly put her on blast, I'm going to. And I'm not apologetic for it. I don't hate her as a human being. I don't despise her. I just don't like her, if that makes any sense. Do you know what I mean? Like I don't like what Taylor Swift is. She might if she was just a decent human being, I could be friends with her. But being that she's Taylor's fucking Swift, I fucking can't stand her. But yeah, you're the same way against Tom Cruise. But I've seen movies that unfortunately have starred Machine Gun Kelly, the biggest lame excuse of a musician who thinks he can talk shit about Eminem and to Eminem and say he's better than Eminem and fucking think he's going to have a career. But he's been in movies. I don't like him, but I'll still watch the movie. So I think you need to get over that bullshit and watch fucking Maverick because there's other actors in that goddamn movie that aren't Tom Cruise that makes it a phenomenal movie. That's okay. You know what? I know someone that would do it for me. She's not here right now, but Taya, if you're out there, you would do it for me. Taya, she fucking came over from YouTube after watching me several times on YouTube, and I finally convinced her. And then 2 nights ago, oh, you were there, weren't you, Noreen? Where she popped in on the Cards Against Humanity, right? See, she'll come over and create a complete new account on a complete new streaming service for me. right? But you won't do that? You won't watch Maverick for me? No clue who that is? No clue who is? Oh, Taya? She's our friend from YouTube. Hey, I created 2 accounts for you. I know, but you were already on Twitch, right? Oh, no, you weren't, huh? You weren't on Twitch until I told you about it that I did it, right? Dude, fuck Machine Gun Kelly. I'll fucking blast that dude all over the place. I fucking hate that dude. Don't ever fucking put that name in my chat again. That name is off limits in my chat. That's how much I despise that clown. But, yeah, you did. You're right. You know what? Because, I mean, ultimately, the story of how me and Noreen met is... There was a post on my Facebook feed that showed up because I had joined, like, a WoW just to get more things to pop up on my Facebook feed. So I'm like, oh, I might play WoW again, so here I go. And I was, yeah. And then Noreen had put a post up on there saying, like, hey, I just want to, like, chill play with people. I'm not into raids or any of that. And so I, like, posted a response saying, hey, you know what? I like to just do the missions and all the slow grind stuff. So, yeah, I'll play with you. And then she was also on top of that, like, this super timid, like, you know, so we started playing. And then I think after a couple weeks of playing, she got in the VC, right? You got in the VC chat, and then, but it was strict. It was, you know, there were, I won't go into specifics. It's not here to, like, you know, bash her choices, but let's just say there were mitigating circumstances, and then she slowly got in there, and then we went from that to creating a guild, in WoW, and then once we started creating the guild, I think that's when I slowly started picking up streaming, and then wasn't really there because I was streaming, and then I just started streaming all the games I wanted to play. And then once I found Once Human, I knew I wasn't going back to fucking World of Warcraft. But then you, so then we started a Discord because you're like, oh, I want to start one. So we started a Discord, which at the same time I started quitting WoW. I started quitting the Discord because I was building mine because I started streaming, right? Never to take away from yours, but just to do an alternate thing for myself, right? Or never showing up again, yeah. And so then we stopped playing WoW, and then slowly you kind of stopped playing it, and then you kind of started spending more time in my Discord than the WoW Discord, and then she, like, kept bugging me to, like, play Borderlands 3 on stream, because that was the other thing, is she didn't watch streams, or at least that's what she let on, or that's what I remember, and she's like, yeah, maybe, because, like, her husband would be right there, you know, and, you know, it's like, you know, checking out another dude, I get it. But then, so then she kind of poked in on my stream once, and then she started coming in a little bit more, right? And then we went completely away from WoW and the WoW Guild Discord to basically my Discord, and then Borderlands, because then you started playing it with me, and then we were just full on into playing Borderlands, and then the rest is history. And then you started coming to the podcast, you started doing Reddit reads with me, and then you went AWOL for whatever, you know, and then now you've been back in the podcast. But that's the story of, yeah, Noreen. We literally, she just had put up a Facebook post saying she wanted just chill people to do chill quests with. And I'm like, sure, I don't have anybody really to play with, and I'm in a fucking guild, and so that was it. Right? That's what, that was how we first became friends. And I feel like we are good, close friends who will always be in my life. Yeah, that's what I hope too, guys. That's what I was telling Dreamy too. Like, no matter what, like, guys, I just hope that you guys are my friends, you know. When I'm off living in Montana by myself, packed in that trailer with my streaming going, You guys, I want you guys still to be my best friends. I think it's important because I didn't have a whole lot of this beforehand. But when I was fucking up my life drinking, right? But now that I'm not, so I am a sensitive asshole, but love you. You are. And like a nagging girlfriend, you can get on my nerves sometimes, but I still love you. Or I wouldn't have you come around, or right? I wouldn't say, "Hey, the podcast is going." You know, I still think I need to. I still think I need you to come back in, so I have people to discuss things with more often on the Reddit reads, so I'm not just reading and answering all by my lonesome. You annoy yourself sometimes? I would think so. Some of the things that come out of your mouth make me wonder. Like some of the things you say, like, you can fucking lose me, right? We're standing at a vending machine buying guns, and I turned to, like, look at the fucking scenery, and you're like, where the fuck did you go? Like, bitch, I didn't move. Right? Like, I'm right here. Like, I wouldn't even move, and you would just turn away from the fucking vending machine and go, where the fuck are you? And I'm like, bitch, I'm right here. I'm still standing right here, right? I didn't move because I knew if I moved, you'd start panicking and run off the wrong direction. So I'm not moving. So where else would I be, right? Vending machine here, vending machine here. I didn't go anywhere. That was every time we played Borderlands, and that was every single time we went to a vending machine. No matter how many times I told her. No, it happened every time, right? Every time. Not a handful of times, not some of the time, every single fucking time. I mean, I purposely tried to stand there so that way I knew. I tried to judge the way that you would turn, and you never did. You would turn away from me and then go, where are you? Jordy Marie, what's up? Thank you for popping in. Are you up right now, Jordy? Hey, that only happened a handful of times. No, me only getting lost and running off. No, that happened every time too. Quit trying to lie. Every time too, you would start running off when I would go, okay, we're ready, and we'd go to leave, and I'm going off this way or driving this way, and your dumbass is fucking going down the hill. Mike did the same thing. Hey, no, I was live earlier. Oh, okay. Well, I know you were. I just thought you still were. And I wanted to have you up if you were just popping in and saying hi, but thanks for coming in. Did it? Well, I only recall a handful. Well, of course, Noreen, you're only going to recall your version of the story, right? Not the true version. Which was you always getting lost, you losing me right at the vending machine, and then you blowing up barrels fucking to blow me up, right? That was our that would have been, that's our extent. That's Borderlands. If I had to explain in a few words what it was like playing Borderlands with Noreen, that was it, right? Oh, and the fact that I had to drive a pink fucking car because she wouldn't let us have any other fucking car, even though I would already pull out a vehicle. She would fucking purposely go back and get out the pink fucking vehicle. I make for good entertainment for your stream. Yeah, I can definitely say that she does help make for good content. Because you're so sweet. Yeah, because I'm a fucking sucker for a pretty voice and a pretty face and I want people to like me. Right? I'm a weak man, so I cave really easily. Stop trying to use that against me because I'm getting stronger now, bitches. I'm going to build a fucking iron fucking gate up and you're not going to get through without the password and shit. Whoa, I made you blush? Oh, okay. Well, that's a good thing. You know, I guess I made Taya and Dreamy blush yesterday when I talked to my ASMR voice. And then Taya was like, you can talk like that all the time. No, I'm not going to be doing that. No, because she was at work, and then I said I was going to fuck with her because what she does is now she listens to me like when she's at her job. And so she puts her earpiece in and then puts her phone in her pocket and then listens to us as, like I'm doing the podcast. And I told her I was going to fuck with her and talk all like ASMR and like dirty to her. I was going to be like, hey, Taya. You're just taking that long walk home. You're going to go put your feet up. And you're just going to put on a Cutter Dog Podcast Show and just have a good time. There you go. Okay? There you go. And that's what I did. And so I told her I was going to keep fucking with her, and then she was like, oh shit, you can talk like that all the time. And I'm like, you guys are fucking crazy. Okay, you could be on Book Talk, and that's a huge compliment. What in the fuck is Book Talk? Okay, obviously it's what I think it is. TikTok's version of books. So what does that mean, though? You put up like one page of a book, and somebody reads it and hopes to God there's a part 2 and a part 3 like there is on TikTok? So how is that? Why is that a compliment? That's just my voice. That's how I sound sometimes when I don't feel good. I just don't want to talk. So I just talk like I don't give a shit. Deep, dark, manly voice. A girl wants to hear a man talk dirty to her. Oh, okay. All right. Well, we're not going to turn this into an ASMR smut podcast, but you know what? That's something to consider. I'll put that in the the list of possible podcast ideas for, later on, like never. But yeah, because I don't want to get kicked off of Twitch, so, or YouTube or Kick, so, although Kick would probably let me do it, but yeah. Hey, you could get a lot of women to join. So I might not look naughty, but I can talk dirty. Is that what you're saying? Like, you ain't good looking, brother, but if you just talk to me, no, that's just. Well, I've always had a deep voice, but I'm not no ASMR guy. But she liked it, so I don't know. They liked it. I never said you weren't good looking. No, I say that because I don't think I am, and I've been told that I'm not. And I've also been told I'm undateable because I'm too fucking nice. So I've been told that too. So make sure you keep that in mind. But yeah, my voice isn't all that. That's sweet of you guys to think that, but. So is that what it's like on book what? She was just being dumb. On Book Talk, is that like do I read like a romance novel? Like I'm all, hey Noreen, I've been sitting here all night long, and I just can't help myself. I just want to drink this Powerade and think of you. Kind of shit like that. Is that a smut novel? Yeah, let's fucking go. All right. No more of that, all right? I told you, we're not turning this into a smut podcast. This is not a smut cast, okay? This is a podcast, not a smut cast, okay? I bet Taya's going to be pissed if she comes in and finds out I was ASMR in it and she wasn't in here. But anyway, Noreen. Yeah, let's get all the ladies. Maybe that's what I should do, right? Let's actually take a poll and see if women actually think that I have an ASMR voice. And maybe I'll just do that. And maybe that's how I'll get 600 million followers, right? I'll just sit there and talk dirty all day. I'll just read like a Gears of War novel, but I'll read it in that voice. How about that? Ooh. I could do that, right? Just give me any fucking book and make it sound sexy, right? Right? I'll read fucking like Windows for Dummies and make it sound sexy. Then you want to, hit that... You want to hit that Control-Alt-Delete, you know what I mean? Yeah, stroke those keys, not too hard, not too hard. Alright, that's enough of that. Now, that's enough of that, ladies and gentlemen. But we can do some, do you guys want to do some Reddit reads, or do you want to do some TikToks first? Or do you got anything that you guys want to talk about? Dreamy, you seem to be quiet over there. Did we lose you? Did we lose you? Alright, well, we'll do some, since I already have it up, we'll do some Reddit reads, I think, you guys. Maybe she's on the phone. She's on the phone, fell asleep, getting food, drawing satanic pictures on my face saying, die, 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 or, whatever, normal shit. She's like one of those weird people, where it's like it's the shrine that she's so in love with me, but then you see the shrine and it's all like blood and burning candles and pentagrams all over my face and shit. Like, the weird shit. You're my cutter dog, and you'll be my cutter dog forever. Twitch has you now, but one day you'll be mine. Fuck that. Fuck that. Like, I want to be somebody's obsession, but just like a normal one, right? Like, I think it's hot that you're ugly and you, like, act like you can talk dirty on screen. Like, ooh, I love that. Like, that's the. Don't give me that full-on psycho. But then again, I'm not, like, somebody that would draw that kind of person anyway, right? Is that sad? If you think about it, is it sad that, like, I can't even draw, like, a psycho crazy, like, obsessed fan? Like, girl that just, like, absolutely just, like, is so obsessed with me? Like, and I don't want, don't go doing it, but I'm just saying. You dated a real creep? Well, to be fair, Noreen, without being disrespectful or rude, it sounds like from what you've told us, your choices in guys weren't the best back in the day, right? Yo, Mazabro, let's go. What's up? Hey, welcome to Kick. I'm usually on this channel gaming on Kick, but we're doing my podcast, so we're talking and then we're doing Reddit reads and then we're doing TikToks. How's your day going? Did I say that right? Mazabro? Mazabro! He'd stand over me while I slept. Yeah, that's fucking not normal. That's crazy. That even just makes me feel creeped out. That would really creep me out if he did it to me, right? Like, hey, let's all go have a sleepover at Noreen's, and then this dude standing up, like, sleeping over me and shit. Yeah, somebody's getting a fist to the nuts right there for sure, right? Standing and leaving over to your face. No, then he gets his face bit off. I don't give a fuck. I'll bite a motherfucker, right? If you've ever seen this movie it's called Green Rush, it's a crazy ass movie, right? It's about like dueling pot farmers and like Colombian pot lords and all this shit. And in one scene, this dude has a guy in a chair and he's interrogating him. And then he finally just is like, okay, I'm done with this guy. And he leans over and he fucking bites the dude's nose and rips it the fuck off with his teeth. Right? So if you're going to lean over me like that, prepare for a green rush. Let's just call it that. Anytime you hear anybody say, what's the green rush? It's not weed, although it's related to it. It's me biting your fucking nose off because you leaned in like a creep when I was sleeping, right? Wish I would have thought of that. I screamed and punched the nose, though. Hey, that's good, though. Yeah, you should have kicked him right for the junk, man. Always, I mean, that's how you're going to take a dude down the quickest, right? Even I'm like, you know what? If I'm getting jumped by like 5 guys, I'm kicking balls, dude. Right? Fuck this, like, oh, there's a code and honor. No, if I'm getting jumped by some dude or I'm fighting a guy bigger than me, I don't give a fuck about a code of honor. I don't give a fuck if it makes me a bitch afterwards. If you're too big for me or you're too many, I'm kicking nuts. Right? I don't give a fuck. As a grown-ass man, I am kicking nut sacks, and then I'm, kneeing noses, and then I'm running like a bitch, right? There's a great story about, you guys, okay, Noreen, I know you're a big Marvel fan and stuff, and you've seen, the Marvel movies, and you've seen, I don't know if you know the actor, but the actor, Ray Park, he played Nightcrawler. Do you remember Nightcrawler? Or no, not Nightcrawler, Frogman. Do you remember Frogman? Frogman was the guy, Ray Park, who was also better known as Darth Maul. He was the Darth Maul guy, right? And a lot of the stunts you saw when he was Darth Maul. So you know who I'm talking about. As Frog, when he was jumping off walls and all that, and his Darth Maul fight scenes, that was him. He's a martial artist, right? But this dude is so down to earth. He told a story about a time that, yeah, they got in a big ass fight with like a rival, like, I don't know, like, like karate, like, bike gang, some kind of group. Anyway, they got in a big fight and, he was mixing it up with like about 10 different guys. And he said that his martial arts training and his wherewithal to know when to say when and run the fuck out of there, he was able to fend off enough of the 10 guys to get the fuck out of there, and he ran. But does that make him a bitch? No. When you're in survival mode, what are you going to do? Whatever it takes to do to get out of there, right? And he didn't say, oh yeah, I whooped all their asses with one finger and all this. He's like, no, he goes, I had enough wherewithal and training to fight off enough of the guys that when I had a window to get out of there, I ran and I got the fuck out of there, and that's what saved my life, right? That is the smartest line of thinking. Why does your machismo make you stay in a fight that could potentially kill you, right? Get out of it, or in a case where you've proved your point, knock the guy to the ground and then walk away. But like, it's okay to like, if I got to kick you in the nuts for my survival, I don't give a fuck, right? That's not going to take away from, quote, my manhood or anything. That's going to add to my smartism, if that was a word, which that isn't, so that doesn't make me very smart. But the smartest thing in a fight to ever do, whether you're in the right, the wrong, or defending yourself, is to find a way to get out, right? To get it over with as quick as you can with the least amount of damage to yourself, right? So, yeah, he was like, I did what I could and then I got out. Like, he didn't try to stand there and fight the other guys and be like, yeah, I got you all. No, he's like, all right, I fought off 2 guys. There's a turn for me to run. I'm out. And he ran. And that's what you do, right? So, same thing, right? So, which it's a really cool story. But if you didn't know that, that is a fun fact. Ray Park is the guy that played Frogman, and he played, like I said, Darth Maul. He was also in, as an actual actor, he was in, I want to say like a later Fast and the Furious. I think he's one of the actors that, does a lot of parkour stuff in one of the Fast and the Furiouses. But yeah, he's a full belt, whatever, the highest belt, karate, jiu-jitsu. But his thing was that he knew enough that when the time was right, I didn't need to I didn't act like a badass. I did what I had to get away. I didn't pick the fight. I never learned martial arts or how to fight to go pick fights. But I knew enough that when I could defend myself, and if I had an opportunity to get out, I was going to take that opportunity. And I'm sorry, folks, that's the smartest way. If you got to fight however you got to fight. Preferably you're not the one picking the fight. And then when you have an opportunity to get out, you get out, right? So, you didn't know about that? Yeah, I have a lot of fun facts about stuff like that. That's part of being a guy that, played with him, that played by himself. I almost said that wrong. Although, to be fair, it was the other thing, too. Okay. So now I just put myself on blast on the podcast, but... Alright. I can't imagine who wrote this is like 10 years older, or older than 10. That's a lot. I don't want to read that much. It's like the one about pee, right? Oh yeah, that one was a disgusting human being. That one I'll never talk to again. Oh, here we go. Okay, well, I guess we'll start with this one here. You noticed? We'll start with this one, alright? You guys want to do some Reddit reads? We'll do some Reddit reads for a little bit, and then we'll watch some TikTokers. Okay. Sorry, I kind of started daydreaming. Yeah, we read this one yesterday. I'm not reading that one again. It's disgusting. The husband in this is a fucking the human sludge of the year. Like, there'll never be anybody worse than this guy. Basically, long story. Were you here for that one, Noreen? If you're not, long story short, She had a miscarriage on her husband's birthday, and she called him a disgrace because he was the only concern about it was he was pissed off that it ruined his birthday. Okay, so that's it. I don't want to go in. That's the gist of the story. She was going into pain, called him at work. She's like, "Can you come home?" And he had the balls to ask if it was urgent. She's like, "I'm bleeding." Then they had to go to the ER. She lost the baby. She thinks she passed it while she was at home, and he wasn't home. He stopped to get beer on the way home. They went to the hospital. When they got back, he just stormed off, all pissed off because she ruined her birthday, his birthday. Yeah, it was disgusting. And then and then she had mentioned, it made me think about divorce. And I'm like, why are you thinking about it, bitch? You should be filing the papers right now. That's a sick fucking human being, right? No, that's not even a man child. That's not even a man or a child. That person is a disgusting human being. Like you can celebrate your birthday another day, bro. And if that's your only concern is that your birthday was ruined, you're pissed off that it's ruined because your baby died, right? And you're more concerned that you didn't get to what, party? Yeah, like fuck you. So that's what that one is. So that's the gist of it. I don't think it's gonna take. It is gonna take. It's gonna take quite the individual to ever out asshole that guy. Even the stripper girl or the girl that took the guy, that she couldn't stand to the strip club. Like worse than all that, right? Worse than the lady that wouldn't give back, clothes that another man bought her when her husband wanted her to. Like more than that. Like this dude is the worst so far. My birthday, I'll be online probably talking with you or reading. It's 100% worse. Your birth? What is your birthday? Is your birthday coming up? Did I miss something? You have to remember, I forget things as we're talking, right? So your birthday, I'll be online probably talking to you. Oh, because it was about the birthday, right? I'm sorry. I'm sorry. You're right. You're right. Yeah, thank you, Noreen. This is my problem. I say things and then like I'll see a comment from like Dreamy and then I'll just be like, "What are you talking about?" And she goes, "Oh, you just said this," and then I'll go, "Oh, right." So, all right, all right. Am I the asshole for calling my sister irresponsible and refusing to help her? I mean, right off the bat, yes, but we'll find out why. Like, why are you, right? Why are you calling your sister irresponsible and refusing to help her? So we're going to find out, but I am just. I have an elder sister, 38, female, along with three other siblings. We were raised in an ultra Christian household where we had to church girls were okay. Where we had to go to church, girls had to dress extremely modesty. We were homeschooled and all. Okay, I left the religion when I was 20 and became more of a deist. Two of my other siblings left as well, but my older sister, 38 and younger, 129, stayed in the religion, which they're not going to tell us, but whatever. We can kind of guess if we want. My eldest sister is a fundy. Basically, she's even more religious than my parents. She thinks women shouldn't wear pants, and that the moon landing was fake and all. Okay, first of all, I prefer women in dresses anyway, but they can wear them. But uh, thinking the moon landing was fake and all. First of all, you're stupid and ignorant and dumb, and that's called like conspiracy theorist. She's not. That's not. That's not her being like ultra religious. That's called her being ultra conspiracy theorist. That's what that is. I don't know what the fuck you're talking about. So anyway, she married a husband with similar beliefs, and now they have 10 freaking kids together. Hey, calm down. Don't take it out on the 10 kids, all right? And I mean 10. Okay, well, I think we got that the first time you said 10. Thank you for insulting all our intelligence by making it clear that you didn't think we would understand that the first time you said she had 10 freaking kids, that we needed to turn around and go, how many kids? And then you needed to tell us 10. I think having that much amount, how about just that many kids, is unethical considering our overpopulation and the climate crisis. Hey, okay, you know what? I will say this. I can't argue. I don't know if unethical is the term I would use, but do you really think it's like, I mean, like four is a good number to stop at, but if you have 10, make sure that you can like clothe, feed, raise, support, like all this until it's time for them to do that themselves, and that you're not just having 10 kids so you can get a bigger welfare fucking paycheck, right? There's a big difference. So, but I think, like, you know, I think should families be bigger than 4? I mean, you know, we're not a dying species yet, so we don't need to repopulate anything. So I think, you know, the other 6 kids can wait, right? Like, I'm not saying as go as far as it as being unethical. Is it like a smarter thing to do to not have 10 children? Well, absolutely, right? That's 10 more mouths to feed. That's, you know, prices, you know, think about it, right? But, you know, then you've got to be responsible for 10 kids. So I don't think it's a lot of kids because it's unethical. I just think that's a lot of fucking kids, and that you don't really need to have that many at one time, ever. But it's your right to choose, but make sure you're choosing to have them for the right reasons and that you can support them. Don't bring 10 welfare babies in so you can get a fatter check to be a bigger slag, right? Like, even like people that are on welfare don't even do what I'm doing, right? But I'm on disability. I'm not on welfare, but that's beside the point. Even if I was, I use it for the right things. If I can work, I would work. If I can't work, these are people who choose not to work. It's a big difference, right? Being able to and choosing not to are two different things. Anyway, I think 3 should be max, but I never really commented much because I knew she'd never listen to me. But my main issue was that she didn't have money to... Hey, it's her vagina, right? And her body. But my main issue was that she didn't have money to give those 10 kids a comfortable life. Neither her nor her husband is rich. Okay, and that's my point. That's where I agree. Like, don't have 10 kids if you can't equally support them and support them at all. Like, don't have kids to have welfare checks, right? Don't have kids if you don't have the money to support the 10 kids, right? Or any kids. Whether it's 10 or 1, right? If you can't afford it, why are you going to go like, hey, let's have another? You know what? We can't afford these 2. Hey, you know what? What else are we going to do? I don't know. Let's fucking have another. Okay. Hey, look, these 3 are starving and they don't have enough clothes. We can't afford to keep them in school. What should we do? I don't fucking know, but I can tell you right now, I'd like to have a 4th kid. Oh, okay, let's do that. You know, like, what the fuck, people, right? Like, if you can healthily and monetarily and sanity-wise... If you can, like, have 10 kids and have 10 equally, you know, barring if they are born, you know, with, you know, disabilities or any of that thing, you know what I mean? I'm just saying in a perfect picture, right? 10 worthy citizens of society, right? Like, again, I'm sorry, but I don't condone just popping out babies to get a bigger welfare check. If you're going to pop them out, help raise them to be outstanding members of society, not an excuse for you to stay home and do more drugs. Okay. And because of that, their kids don't have a good quality of life at all. They rarely ever get to go on any trips or spend individual time with their parents. They last went on a trip 3 years ago, and that was simply to a water park. The kids have barely any privacy, and the other kids have to help the younger ones a lot. The kids also literally have to share their clothes with siblings who can wear them, so they don't even really have their own clothes. There are multiple other issues, but I don't want to get into too much detail, because, God, you haven't gotten into enough. My sister was recently venting about all this, about her older kids didn't like her Christian rules or having to share clothes or take care of their younger siblings. She asked me if I can buy her groceries for a few months, as they've been having money issues lately. I told her that I would not give her any money and that it was her fault she was in this position. She spent so much time being pregnant, so she couldn't really work that much, meaning she was stuck with a low-paying service job. Her husband makes a lot more, but it still isn't enough to raise 10 kids without relying on welfare. I told her this, and she got really upset and said I was judging her personal choices. Yeah, see, people, if you're living off welfare, you don't get to fucking say that either. And clearly, it sounds like these people, like, are those people that are abusing the welfare system. That's exactly what they sound like, right? They're living well without their means. They're popping out all these kids, and they're already using welfare assistance. These are the people that are abusing the fucking welfare system, right? This is exactly what the fucking problem is. She asked me if I could buy her groceries for a few months. They've been having money issues lately. My sister, I'm sorry, you guys, my sister was recently venting about all this, about how her older kids didn't like her Christian rules or having to share clothes or take care of their younger siblings. She asked me if I could buy her groceries for a few months, as they've been having money issues lately. I told her that I would not give her any money and that it was her fault she was in this position. She spent so much time being pregnant, so she couldn't really work that much, meaning she was stuck with a low-paying service job. Her husband, I read all that, I'm sorry, you guys. Her husband makes a lot more, but it still isn't enough to raise 10 kids without relying on welfare. I told her this. She got really upset and said I was judging her personal choices, but honestly, I do judge her. I spent time with her kids. They're often neglected and often complain about how they don't have anything compared to their friends and how their rules are so strict. I told my sister she was an irresponsible person for having so many kids despite not being anywhere near enough to raise them properly. My parents are now very mad at me for judging her for not being a degenerate, career-oriented person. Are you a degenerate if you're career-oriented? No, you're not an asshole. She's exactly the problem with the welfare fucking system. She's the fucking problem with the people that abuse the welfare system. She is the problem. Right there, the problem. That girl and the husband, or what is it, your sister and her husband, or your brother and her, like your sister and her husband, right? They're welfare fucking people. They're popping out kids to get more welfare, right? And they're exactly what's wrong with the system. They're not using it to better themselves or because they're a little bit needy because they got a little bit behind for a couple months. No. They're popping out children so they could live at home and have us fucking pay for it. And they're not going to do fucking shit. And they're going to raise 10 unfit fucking members of society. Right? And if you think I'm judging, then you're goddamn right. But I'm not judging because what I'm saying is fucking pure facts. And then you don't get to go along being the fucking person with 10 kids on fucking welfare, begging for money, and turn around and tell somebody, oh, you don't get to judge me. No, the fuck I don't. That's exactly what I get to do, because what you're doing is wrong and stupid. Welfare was meant to be there for people to lean on, and that at worst case scenario, you could never work again. I'm sorry, but fucking drug addiction is not a reason to not work again. Right? And that's what welfare, and welfare is abused in that sense. And the more kids you have, the more money the system thinks that you should get. So you keep doing that and you keep abusing it. And that's the problem with the fucking welfare system, 100%. There's no other argument to that, because there is no other argument, because that is the problem. This fucking this Reddit post right here just brought to light the exact 1000% reason why fucking the welfare system is the way it is. Here we go. What we got? Am I the asshole for not complimenting my friend's weight loss? Well, no one's required to pay anyone a compliment. But why are you not complimenting her weight loss? Because if it's something stupid, like, I understand how people feel, but all I'm saying is, if your reason to not compliment her is because basically what you end up being is jealous of her, then that makes you a fucking asshole, okay? But we'll read and find out for sure why. I mean, kudos to your friend for doing the weight loss, but why wouldn't you, though, too, right? I don't know. I'm a 41-year-old female, been friends with Kelly, 40-year-old female, since we were in middle school. She has been overweight for most of her life. Her highest was around 350. For context, I've been mostly around the 150 to 180 pound range since high school. Okay, do we want to go back to superficial high school? Do you know why this woman that's 150 and 180 kept his friend around? Who, for the better part of her life, she said, has been overweight? What did girls in school used to do, right? The skinny girls? They kept larger girls around to make themselves look even better. Right? I am in no way condoning that, nor am I thinking that that's funny or okay. That's a form of humiliation right there, right? But that's what's going on. That's why these two people have been friends since middle school, right? She was the skinny, pretty girl, and her friend was overweight, not attractive girl, right? That's probably what's been going on. And that's why the one friend's kept the one around, because she has pretty friends, and the other one keeps the other one around because, and it's true, and it's a sad truth. It's a sad truth, right? That really happens. That's what really goes on. And that's what it sounds like is going on here. Right? That, they've been friends since middle school. They're now 40 and 41. That means one was the ugly duckling and the other was the pretty princess, right? Kelly has tried over the years all the diet trends you can think of, and nothing has really worked. She will get going pretty well and then stop and gain the weight back. Well, that's got nothing to do with the bad diet. That's got to do with the willpower of the person, but a lot of the diets don't work out there because, well, they're all schemes, most of them, right? But, losing the weight and then, putting it back on by, going back to eating or whatever. But if it's something where, she would lose the weight and then put it back on, that obviously can be a pituitary issue or whatever it is. But anyway. I would always compliment and encourage her while she was losing, but she mentioned this makes her feel self-conscious and gets discouraged to keep going since she feels like she's being treated differently. A little over a year ago, she really went all in, no fads or quick fixes. Just changed her eating habits, committed to a walking plan and strength training and other stuff. I'm not sure how much she has lost, but it has to be at least 100 pounds. So proud of her. Okay, so then what the problem is, right? Are you not going to, I think I know what's going to happen, right? You're not going to compliment her because you just expect her to put it right back the fuck on, right? And that's a piss poor attitude. Maybe you not complimenting her because you expect that is a reason why she's going to do it, right? Isn't that it? Right? People lose weight because they want people to notice, and if people don't notice, they're like, fuck it, and they put the weight back on, right? Well, at a party thrown at my house, one of the guests who had not seen Kelly in a while complimented her for working hard and losing weight. Kelly responded, "At least someone is happy for me. My so-called friend has not said anything about it and does not seem to care." You know, and I get it too. I get it, right? Even though it's not required, I get it. And it sounds like that the person writing this is being superficial, right? Um, I was taken aback and reminded her what she told me about praise. She said I was just being a jerk and felt jealous about her meeting her goals and should have still gave at least some encouragement. So now I am confused. Um, so now I'm confused, wondering if I should have found a way to cheer her on. Am I the asshole? Yeah, and you should have. That's the thing, is what I'm telling you. Yeah, you should have fucking cheered her on. So I think that's what this is she lost this weight. You expect her to go back and do it again and put it right back on, so you're not complimenting her. And she's, hurt, and so she probably should have not, she should have just said, "Hey, I noticed you haven't said anything. It kind of hurts my feelings. Is there a reason why?" or something. But um, the person writing it is definitely an asshole. Only for not complimenting it, because of the fact that you said you were proud of her. Why would you not, right? And that in people that, especially people that have a hard time doing things like losing weight or, God, I don't know, quitting drinking, uh, they need all the positivity to support. Whether you're fucking lying through your teeth or not, it doesn't matter. They just want to see people positive for them and happy for them and reassure them that they're doing the right thing, right? So it's not required, but you're doing it for, you're being an asshole, right? So absolutely, you're an asshole. We're just gonna chill for a second, take a little bit of a break, and then I'll read some more, and then we'll maybe do some. Hey, look at this game out called Darkest Days. Tell me this thing doesn't look just like fucking. This thing looks like a Once Human clone. See, this looks like I mean, I'm gonna poke my head in on it, but it looks to me just like um a poor man's version of Once Human. And we're already poor because Once Human is free. But it kind of gives me a little bit of, so we'll see. But it comes out on the 23rd, so 3 more days. Yeah, it's definitely like Dying Light. It looks like a poor man's Dying Light meets a poor man's Once Human, right? I think you saw me playing Dying Light with that guy I don't fucking talk to anymore. But you remember Dying Light, right? That's what. Yeah, this looks like a poor man's Dying Light meets a poor man's Once Human, right? With a little bit of State of Decay thrown in. I mean, it looks okay. Like if I hadn't discovered Once Human, I would probably play this. But it I don't know. It just doesn't look as good as Once Human. But you know, it's another small company's version of there, and maybe it'll be good. But I don't see myself needing to play it right now. I mean, it's free to play, right? But it looks decent enough to play. Yeah, yeah, it looks decent enough to play. But I don't think it'll sway me away from Once Human. Um. Anyway, yeah, I think I read most of this anyway, right? Like, yeah, you're an asshole in this situation because basically it sounds like you're not doing it because basically what you would consider your fat friend, lost weight and now it's threatening your skinniness, so you're not going to be happy for her. So it's kind of a dick move. One second, guys. All right, fuck it. That's not gonna work. All right. Well, this is a short title, right, and to the point. Am I just for choose? Am I the asshole for just choosing my idea instead of hers? Well, let's determine who had the better idea and who the fuck is hers. Who is her? Well, I don't know. Let's ask her. So a while ago, I did a group project with 4 of my classmates. It was about how we could improve the life in the oceans and reduce climate change. One of the things that we had to do was thinking about a way to improve the state of the ecosystems in the sea. We started by brainstorming a little to propose some problems and then pick one based on if the problem was easy to solve and the effect it would cause. Okay, thank you for describing your homework assignment. How much it would help the ecosystem. Of the 4, I was the one that suggested more things, and since we couldn't put repeated ideas and my ideas were the first to come out, the others were only able to contribute with 1 or 2 ideas. Well, fucking don't be an idea hog. uh, then one of them, a girl that I didn't really know, complained because she said that I didn't let the others give ideas. I told her that they were just not giving original ideas so I could put them on the paper because they already were there. I also asked the other 2 if they minded me being the one giving the majority ideas, and they told me they didn't mind and even thanked me for doing the work. She stopped complaining about that, but she got a bit mad at me. After doing a lot of brainstorming and scrapping some ideas, we ended up with 2. One was my idea and the other was hers. Of course, right? Yeah, we got to make this good, so you got to make it. It's the girl you don't like, and it's her idea, and it comes down to yours and hers. Like, this is an afternoon special written all over, after school special, right? After doing a lot of. She wanted to stop trawling because it destroyed the environment and killed endangered species, and I wanted to stop invasive species because it destroyed. Again, we don't care about your fucking homework assignment. Anyway, because it destroyed the balance in the ecosystem. She told me that her idea was better because it helped more, but I said that it was too hard to do. Trawling is a very essential method for the fishing industry. And if it's too hard to just eliminate. I argued that my idea was better because it was easier to do, and I did research and I saw that it could help in a lot of certain areas. After that, she said that I was stubborn and I didn't accept any ideas that weren't mine. She really got mad at me when we ended up doing my idea. I tried to tell why my idea was better, but she just told me I was being selfish and I was ruining her group project. Cool. So there's a bunch of high school kids got to do a goddamn project. One wanted her idea, the other wanted his idea. He made her idea seem stupid, so he went with his idea, and both people just, that's it. I don't know what to tell you. Are you an asshole? I mean, you are, yeah. You guys probably at one point were both assholes to each other, right? So, yeah, you're an asshole for wasting our time with this fucking stupid shit about your goddamn homework assignment. That's really, we're really the ones that lose here, right? We wasted our time on your stupid shit, right? Alright, yeah, we'll probably do a couple more of these, and then I'll switch over to videos. We can always play, if you guys want to do some Discord games, let me know. Otherwise, we'll just keep keeping on. It's Sunday, it's chill day, it's just a off podcast, do whatever the fuck we want day. Yeah. Alright. I'm an asshole. You don't get to answer that just because I said it. I'm an asshole for not cleaning before guests came over because I was tired. I mean, doesn't make your... No, I think... Well, if you invited the guests over and then didn't clean, kind of, because, like, you know, you knew you were going to invite people, so maybe you should have cleaned before inviting, and if you weren't going to clean, then don't invite people. But I'm not saying that you're an ass. I'm just saying, like, if she asks somebody to come over and then doesn't clean, and then, you know, like, yeah, I mean, whatever. Yeah, it's your house, but you're inviting somebody over, and you feel like you should have cleaned, so if you weren't going to clean, don't invite people over. Because that's definitely what her mentality was, right? But anyway, I usually do a majority of chores in the house. My husband helps with laundry and sometimes vacuums, but that's pretty much it. Yes, let's demean the fucking husband that he hardly does anything. We get it, okay? Every fucking one of these posts always say that their husband doesn't do shit. We get it, okay? We don't do shit. Got it. I usually don't mind because things get done at my pace. Good, then shut the fuck up. And that's the other thing. Stop fucking bitching about the amount of shit that I do or saying comments about the amount that I do, whether you're just describing the amount that I do. Right? Because you say it's fine, you're going to do the shit anyway, then shut the fuck up. Right? If that's the agreement, right? And you're good with doing all the other shit because you have it your way, then cool. When I don't do it, I don't want to hear about how little I do, right? Like, if you're cool with doing it, and I don't, and that's the agreement, don't patronize me with how little, or demean me with how little, like, I might do. You don't want me doing the other shit. You like going at your pace. So you don't get to bitch about it either. I usually don't mind because things get done at my pace. If something bothers him, he cleans it, and he's generally appreciative of what I do. There you go. And if I ask for help, he will help. All right. Lately, he has been having friends over after work. He works second shift, so I'm asleep by the time this happens. In the past, if he mentioned having people over, I would clean. But a couple days ago, he mentioned people would be coming over, and it was a couple hours before I was going to sleep. The last few weeks have been very stressful for me, and I haven't been cleaning as much as I usually do. I just didn't have it in me to clean much before they came over. I was tired. I just cleaned up the dishes from dinner and took out the trash, but didn't have energy to do more, and then I went to sleep. Hey, yo, Taya, what's up? Did you pop in? No, you didn't. Okay. Night's going good. I've just been going for about just under 2 hours. Sorry, I'm choking on something that I ate. Do you guys want to tell her, or do you want me to tell her what she missed out on earlier? Tell her it was a one-time only in this podcast. You're not at work today? Oh, are you off? Are you off? Or did you call off? Did you quit? Oh my God, did you get the new job? What the fuck? Spill the beans, Taya. A lot could have happened since we talked to you last. You tell her it's better from you. You sure you want me to break her heart like that? I'd rather you guys did it. Oh, nothing awesome, just a day off. Hey, alright, well, days off is good, alright? At least you can relax. I hope your day off has been good. Happy Easter. Did you do family or anything like that? Easter, we just got back from all my nieces and nephews and cousins' Easter egg hunting parties. Oh, fuck, man, that must have been crazy. It was just me and my parents. My daughter was with her mom this year, so I mean, she lives with her mom full time, yeah. But it was her mom's holiday this year, basically. So we just had some nice dinner, and now I'm chilling, hanging out, doing this. I'm glad you had a happy Easter and hunting Easter party. All your Easter egg hunting parties, are you like fucking worn out now? Are you beat to shit? I just sat on a chair the entire time and watched the kids run around. Yeah, you're like, fuck yeah, I'm kicking it. Something wrong with that. Did they use with the whole goddamn fucking fear of eggs and shit, like with the egg prices being so crazy? I was imagining every Easter egg hunt was going to be those fucking plastic eggs with a little treat inside. That's the best way to go anyway, man. That's funner, right? What kid wants a bunch of eggs that are just going to make them shit and fart all the time, right? Like, give me something that's got fun inside of it. And what parent wants that, right? I think all Easter egg hunting and all Easter eggs, like on Easter, minus what you're going to have with your food, should be like plastic Easter eggs with a little treat inside, even if it's one little piece of candy or something, right? Um, 2 weeks have been stressful. Anyway, I just cleaned up the dishes from dinner and took out the trash, but didn't have energy to do more. Then I went to sleep. I woke up and he was not in bed. I had some text messages from him saying how it was embarrassing having people over the house because it wasn't cleaned. He says it was disrespectful to him and his friends because they knew they were coming out but didn't fully clean up. I talked to him about later that day and he said the same points again. He said I had a couple hours before bed and I should have at least vacuumed, mopped, and picked things up. I told him I was too tired to do that, and if he wants to have me do all the cleaning, then he needs to accept it will be done at my pace. And depending on what time, energy, and motivation I have, I don't mind doing it, but it's only on my schedule. That's the price of the arrangement. He thinks I was being spiteful but not cleaning more than I'm being rude by my comment on our arrangement, but I just didn't have the energy for more cleaning. Well, and he's got to understand that. I mean, it's rude for him. I mean, if the only argument he would have would be clean up what you use, then clean up what he used. But obviously, you guys probably both use the dishes, so he can just as easily fucking clean it up. But if she was tired, you have to be understanding, dude. Don't be a fucking douche, right? She's your wife. She's not your fucking maid or your servant. So, she's definitely not the asshole. One of my family members bought a bunch of those plastic eggs and filled them. Yeah, that's the way to go. And then my brother decided to go buy some real eggs and make them look like plastic eggs. Right, he didn't boil them and he hid them raw. So when the kids were opening all their eggs, some of them ended up crack open real eggs. Oh, that's kind of like fucked up. Right? Well, first of all, if it was a nice day, they're sitting out there all day, right? Raw eggs. And then they're probably opening it, what, all over their clothes and their candy and whatever else they have? Oh, that sucks. I mean, I think having like a certain contest, like during the Easter egg hunting and festivities, to like crack eggs, and if you get stuck with a raw one, I get it, but like, oh man, why you gotta be hiding like real ones? First of all, they're gonna stink. And them poor kids are like, fuck that. Thankfully, none of the kids got the eggs on their candy, but all over them, yes. Oh, see, now you got a bunch of dirty kids, right? Who aren't going to want to go clean now. And they're going to be all like, I'm sticky. And now they're stuck with eggs. And then you're going to smell. Oh, boy, that's a mess. I mean, if there was no harm, no foul, and everybody had a good time, great. But I don't know if I'd do that. Maybe in like a contest of games where you wear like plastic sheets or something. But how heartbreaking it is to the kids that like didn't get fucking, something in their egg. There had to be a kid that got all like candy, right? And then no raw eggs. That fucker, everybody's gonna hate that guy. Right? So now you've created a whole new set of problems. You got kids hating kids, and then they're gonna grow up and resent each other. You're ruining friendships and oh, I'm going into it too much. There were a few. Hey, you know what? Like I said, I don't think I would have done it, but good. I mean, I guess it was funny. If everybody had a good time, right? It's just not something I would have thought of. But I would have like little games and stuff where like you could potentially get a raw egg, but I wouldn't want to make a poor kid that's like, cracking open eggs. He's cooking up fucking raw egg all over himself, and the other kid's getting like fucking $10 and, fucking Kit Kats and shit. Like, that's gonna suck. One poor kid got 4 real eggs. See, like that sucks, man. That poor kid. Like, makes me want to go out and buy him a couple treats and be like, look, go show him what you got. That's a bummer. See, that's what I'm saying. That's why I wouldn't want to do that. Like, little games and stuff are cool, but look at that poor kid, right? Now he's got no fucking fun Easter eggs. He got 4 real eggs, and they're raw, so now he can't even enjoy them. Like, you can't eat them because not only that they're not like plastic eggs with a treat, they're fucking raw. So now he doesn't even have a snack. That kid was my brother's kid, so it kind of was fitting. Oh, why do you and your brother not get along, or is this kid similar? But you know what I mean? Like, that would suck, right? So now you got, Billy over here fucking laughing and cockling because he's got $4 from 4 plastic eggs, and then you got Johnny over here crying and scarred for life because he just got 4 raw eggs all over his new clothes that his mama said don't get dirty because you're going to church after, right? And now he's scarred and crying. Like, what's up with that? The kid was in on it, but he forgot what the eggs looked like. Oh, that's fun. Karma. Like, you gotta like either remember and write on a scratch, like a sheet, and write down where you put them, or fucking make them look a specific. Put a little dot on them and be like, "Yep, that's it." Or make like 4 of them dinosaurs, and just know like all the dinosaurs were the fucked up eggs, right? But then he's probably like, I forgot which one I made the fucked up egg. He like probably painted them all and then went, shit, I should have checked. All right. My brother was pissed, but it was comical to the rest of us. Yeah. I don't know. I got to be impartial here, right? I don't know the relationship with the brother, but if you're gonna do that, at least make sure your kid knows, right? All right. Well, do you guys want to do one more Reddit read, or do you guys want to do some TikTok? We'll watch some videos for a while here. Yeah, I'm good with anything. All right, well, we'll move on to some TikTok, guys. We're still kind of quiet on Kick and YouTube, but they can always come over. I'm just along for the ride, but let's go. You guys never told her what she missed, though, earlier. I don't know if you want to know, Tay. You might be kind of disappointed after your reaction yesterday, so maybe we shouldn't tell you. Yeah, maybe we should just move on, right? We don't want her getting upset. Oh. Oh. Aw. That's so sweet. They're trying to limp they see what's going on with their master, and so or their owner, excuse me. Drug house with squatters gets cleaned out. Oh. No, because we're not going to get the answer, and this is just stupid shit. We're not watching that one. Dog core. Oh, hey, puppy. What's up, bro? Oh, my God. Oh, damn. Do you see how far he slid? Okay, I don't know what's going on with that boy. That dude's got some serious fucking. Sucking a fucking breeze hits that kid, and he's gonna fucking think the goddamn vampires are coming through the window after him. Like, he's getting scared as fuck. Like, a little too good. He's gonna have a heart attack too early. Oh, oh my God! He took the whole wall. Oh. Okay, we're not gonna watch that one. Too many doggies. Oh shit! Is this the lady? Whoa, Dreamy. Drunk driving sheriff's wife refused to get out of the car and wait for her husband to come to the rescue. Oh, I don't think it's the same lady. The one that wouldn't get out of the car that the police were getting ready to pop the window. But this isn't it. Not to mention, I think, look at. I don't think so, but we can watch. Yeah. Is that a cop car? And that's a cop car? And that's like, what, a cop van? That's a cop SUV? Like, this lady's in some trouble, yo. Yeah, those look like, yeah, those are all police vehicles. Look at that. Looks like one back there, too. Well, first of all, where's the goddamn volume on the video? Second of all, that bitch is going to be in jail for a long time. Like, not only is she, like, Hold on. Like, she obviously got arrested for a DUI based on the title, right? Yeah, drunk driving sheriff's wife. Oh my God, it's even the sheriff's wife. Drunk driving sheriff's wife refuses to get out of the car and wait for her husband to come to the rescue. Dude, the wife of the sheriff is drunk driving and now plowing into police cars after they're trying to bust open her window. Like, dude, that's all bad. There, Noreen, you wanted your juicy? There's some juicy, right? Like, oh, speaking of which, I gotta take my meds real quick, you guys, so we're gonna pause that video for a minute. So if you got meds to take, I highly suggest you do so. Damn it. Dude, like, where the fuck did it go? Hold on. Dude, sir. Fuck it. Okay, I'm back. Sorry. I had to take my pills and then decided to stretch my legs. I'm back. We're back. The Cutter Dog Podcast Show is back. Yeah. Really? You're just backing into and pulling into cars. Bitch, you're just making it worse and worse and worse and worse. Yo, you're going to, you know what? I mean, a DUI, you're still going to do, you're going to do, if you do it right and you just obey and admit that you were wrong, your DUI is going to probably get you a couple days jail time, but you can always swap that out for community service. And then you do some classes and then you pay a fine and then you're fucking good to go, you stupid bitch. And now you're going to face all this fucking time in prison. Right? Because you're ramming cop cars, you're putting people's lives in danger. I don't give a fuck if you barely backed into them. That's not how the law looks at it, right? You're assaulting police officers for the most part, right? You're resisting arrest. Like, bitch, you just turned in a DUI with like 4 days of community service, maybe a couple $1,000 fine, and some fucking, and a couple weeks of classes, and now you're going to be serving years in jail. Remind me not to make that officer upset. Well, if he tells you to get out of the car, then you get out of the car and you won't have to worry about it, right? That hair grab, right? They're not fucking around. And then if it's true what this says, that's the fucking sheriff's wife, man. Like that's some terrible shit right there. What the fuck is this? What do you, I mean, like, fake or real, right? But, like, you're going through a lot of work to make a TikTok at a fucking dirty ass out in the middle of the desert fucking flea market, right? Like, this shit's all dirt. You're just walking on dirt. Like, those carrots down there, right? Is those carrots? Right down by the dirt. They're carrots. Like, I don't want to be at that flea market. Or you're just going through a lot of lengths. Okay, clearly set up. Okay, do we have to keep watching this one? I'll let you guys decide. I'm already over it. It's not funny. It's not even worth ripping apart for how bad it is, but yet it's got 157,000 views. Alright, well, I'm just going to sit here and eat my Kit Kat now. Nice little soft jazz in the background, right? Perfect for a podcast. We don't need to be rocking it out. Yeah, we do. Well, then get the fuck out. Yeah, like what part are you not understanding? Dude, that's where you give up. Go. Take her. Lock her up. Like, lock her the fuck up. Like, how many chances is he gonna give this fucking stupid lady? Bitch, just get the fuck out. You fucking piece of shit. You're squatting? Dude, I would have pulled her in a long time ago. You're just letting them get away with it, right? Again, another person thinking that they have the right to be how they want around the police or someone enforcing a law. Because people are entitled thinking they're up above, they're against it, above it. So people don't understand that just simply cooperating makes things a lot easier. You know what's going to happen. We're going to get to the end of this video. Wait. Oh, is that the landlord that's evicting her? Did she say a dance pole? Did you hear that? She said a dance pole, that she hid behind a dance pole that she installed in her house by herself. So she's like a homemade stripper. I think that's what we heard. Let's go back and make sure that that's what we heard, right? Yep, it even said it. I even confirmed it with the closed captioning. She hid behind her stripper pole that she put in her house. Because I'm sorry, not her house. So she's a squatter who's illegally there and put a stripper pole in because she's using that place to practice for when she goes to the dirty, nasty ass strip club. Mm-hmm. That's a dance pole. Oh, you can see it in there? Really? Now I gotta see it. Where's it at? That's Hairspray. Unless I just missed it. I'm sure it's in there. It's in there. It doesn't matter. They already said that. She hid behind the stripper pole. Oh, there it is. Oh, that's the rendering. That's the picture. But I'm sure that this is the rendered picture of what's going on because they didn't want to show the footage because it's illegal if she wasn't, until it's whatever. But yeah, that would be said stripper pole of the rendering. We just didn't get to actually. But This girl's squatting, put a pole up in there to practice to go to the strip club to make a few dollars. You're going to jail. Swizzy, what up? No, you just gave away all those rights when you broke the law. Don't do that. Uh, Sounds like it. And then it's going to just cut to. And that's the sound of somebody not cooperating with the law, even though they're 100% guilty of breaking it. Right? And that doesn't change the fact that even if, since she is, like, if she would have just cooperated, there is leniency that a judge will give, only to a certain degree, though, right? I mean, if you broke the law that you're proving you're squatting, you're going to have to pay whatever that least the minimum is, right? But it's all the other shit you do involving the rest and afterwards that determines the course of how bad it's going to be for you, right? So we talk about this over and over and over, and we beat it to a dead horse, people. If you just simply cooperate, and you know what? Who gives a fuck if you're right or wrong, if you're irritated or not? Just cooperate, and it gets over sooner. And then you can go sit in your fucking entitled little house and bitch about how bad the cops treated you, right? Just fucking cooperate, people. I don't want to fucking hear it, right? The statistics of good cops versus bad cops, there are, for every one bad cop or shitty cop or mistreating cop, there's 10 more good ones right behind them. So shut the fuck up, people, right? Like, let's stop, dwelling on that, but just, like, cooperate, right? Even if you're innocent and it inconveniences your life a little bit. If you cooperate, it gets over and you get on with your life a lot easier, right? Always just comply. Well, and that's my thing is I know that people get upset when they're in the wrong, and like I can see where it's like, what was I doing? I was just walking, but if I still just comply, right? Like, just be like, why are you picking on me? Or like, why? What did I do wrong? And then if he explains that, like, this is what you're doing, whether you think it's dumb or not, all I'm saying is, if it doesn't matter, right, wrong, whatever. If you comply, things go so much smoother, right? I understand that people get irritated. I've been in a situation, I got pulled over for a stupid ticket. I rolled my eyes when he was pulling me over, but, at the end of the day, I'm like, I'm not getting out of it. I'm not going to try to. I'm not doing all that. Like, I got somewhere to be. Give me the ticket. Let's go. Right? And I complied, and it was over with. And this, now look, that was maybe fucking 35 years ago. I think I'm over it. I think I've succeeded past it, right? Like, it doesn't, I mean, when they're in the wrong, they're in the wrong. But, right, when they're in, when things are going down because you're being a dick or you're not complying, I'm sorry, but I don't really fucking see how they're in the wrong, right? Just comply and get it over with. End of story, right? Pong. Oh yeah, Mr. T. I remember that cereal. Yep. Yep. That's my era right there. I grew up in that shit. Look at the girls in their hair, man. Boom, big hair, every one of them. Big hair, and they all had to look like they were in a Madonna video, right? Every single girl, right? That's what I grew up with. Blockbuster, baby. This is the era, like, this is the 80s, right? Late 70s, early 80s, into the. Yep, see? Reasons kids from the 80s want to relive their childhood because it was the greatest decade ever, people. I made a 4 mana color deck and I kicked ass with it. Woot woot. It's plains, swamps, forests, and mountains. That's cool. Good for you. Good job. Oh, I could talk for days. This is how I'm matching people's energy from now on. Don't be a wise guy to your FedEx driver. Yeah, for sure. Life gain destroy deck. You're crazy, girl. Good. Good for her. Hell yeah. Hell yeah, good for her. What? What? Are people really this gullible? Yes. Yes, they are. But you thought it was. He might not be wrong. Okay, that's it? Nope, we're not looking in that one. Bro, stop acting. You're not the main character. Well, because I'm a mailman delivering mail, I'm not here to fucking start pulling over to people flagging me down. Like, what the fuck do you mean? Right? Yeah, thanks for skipping that one. Yeah, as soon as I finished reading it, I was like, nope. It's like this, okay? It doesn't matter whatever the situation is. There is no situation where if that mail does not have her name on it, does she get the piece of mail? Right? Whether it has to be either in his name, I mean it has to be in her name or both of their names for her to be able to get the piece of mail. If it is directly in his name, it don't matter if she's married to him. If that fucking mail courier hands the mail over to her and it's his, he just committed a federal crime, right? No, you can. Well, no, he doesn't. He shouldn't have to. That's different, right? I mean, she would have to show ID to show that she's Mrs. Whatever, right? But by all rights, like it's not his mail. It's not her mail. Right. But he doesn't have to give it to her, right? You can go pick it up because you're married and there's a consensual agreement to be able to pick up his mail or whatever, right? If he didn't want you picking up his mail, he probably would tell you that. So he probably doesn't care, right? So that's different. This lady is just asking for mail. He doesn't know who she is. And technically, even with an ID, like, he doesn't have to hand it over, right? I'm saying I legit done it. Yeah, I go to the post office to grab his mail, but yes, I show my ID and we gone in. And he's like, well, that's different. Yeah, clearly that's not what I'm talking about, right? Or that's not what this situation is. This situation is this pissed off lady probably has caught her husband cheating and now wants the mail, and she doesn't really have a. She can ask all she fucking wants, but he doesn't have to give it over if it's not in her name, ID or not. Like, he doesn't have to. And if I was a mailman, clearly I'm not handing it over to this lady that's clearly distraught because probably that's what happened, right? Yeah, she's just stopping a mail courier. That's not his job, right? His job is to get the mail that goes to that address and stick it in a mailbox, not to hand it off mid-delivery to some other person claiming to be a wife, whether she is or not, right? Yeah. That's what I'm saying here. I understand, like, your situation. Totally different. This is a situation where if he loses his job, right, by handing it over, right? Because what's going to happen is it's probably something like that, and he's going to use that against her. So if she's, and also this guy's risking his job, so, like, what the fuck, right? So she can ask all she wants, but you're not going to flag a guy down that's a mail courier and be like, give me my husband's mail. Be like, no, this is not your mail. Your name is not John Hanson, right? Your name is Marie, right? This is for John. So I'm not giving it to you. I'll give it to John, and then he can give it to you. Why does she want his mail? If he's cheating, I doubt the mistress of the man is going to write to her man. You don't know that. Maybe that's how she found it. Maybe something was being disguised as something from her, right? But irregardless, right? She's obviously wanting his mail for a reason because of the way she's asking for it, right? And it's probably a reason to blackmail him or to find out that he's cheating, right? Because maybe he's getting sent checks or something that he's not telling her about, and she found out he's got all this money, right? But regardless, like, when you're coming that hot, she's obviously coming in because he's doing something that she doesn't like, right? Like I said, or a check, right? Yeah, like he's getting checks mailed to him that he's not telling her about. And so now she's running over to him saying, give me my husband's mail, and he's like, I don't give a fuck if it's your husband or not. My job is to put it together and put it in the mail. Like, I'll put it in your mailbox, right? And then you can take it out of the mailbox, but I'm not handing it to you in the middle of the street, not knowing where the fuck you even live right now or who you even are, and I'm going to hand over mail to someone? Nope. Yeah, she is. She's a crazy, jilted ex-wife, whatever, soon-to-be ex-wife. What are you talking about? What are you talking about? No, you didn't. You flagged him down and then you're yelling at him. When did you ever ask him nicely? Like, bitch, you aren't the cops. He ain't got to show you shit. I know. That is what he said. He's like, I don't have to show you shit. That's what he wanted to say. Like, you can look, if you look at her, she is very well done up. So she's probably just some rich, entitled bitch who caught her husband doing something and wants his mail, right? She didn't ask nicely. She flagged this fucker down and then chewed him out when she caught up with him. Like, shut up. Where I was at, maybe. Like how she says that. Like, no. Yeah. No, she's 1,000% in the wrong. Yeah, he can't really do that anyway, right? That he's not supposed to do that. So, and like this bitch is coming in hot. Like, you're crazy, lady. This is what I'm talking about. What are you talking about, lady? Are you talking about the crazy people that come after mailmen? Yeah, then that's what we're talking about. Because otherwise, you're not making any sense. You're mad at him because you wanted your husband's mail. Well, that's fine and great. But his job is to deliver it to an address mailbox, not hand it to some crazy lady mid fucking wherever the fuck you are, right? Right. What I would have said, oh bitch, you aren't even married to him, you have no rights. Yeah, right. He should have been like, now that's where I know you're lying, lady, because you're too ugly to be married to anybody. Like, right? Let's go hard at her, right? And she's coming at me, and I'm just trying to deliver mail, and she's coming at me like that. We're going hard, right? That's what I would fucking tell her. Or I would look at her and I'd be like, she'd be like, give me my husband's mail, and I'd be like, no, I am not going to give you the mail that is addressed to your husband from his mistress. I'm not going to do that. I would just fucking piss her off some more, right? Right? Except for then she'd take it out on the poor husband. Although maybe he's not the poor husband. Although now that I think about it, as psycho as this lady is acting, like it's probably a good thing if like he maybe is no longer married to her, right? Jacksonville's youngest feisty female killer interrogation. Was she spitting? Crimes. Oh, because she was spitting. Well, lady, guess what? You're in handcuffs in a jail. You're trapped, right? They did their job, and you're trapped. So if you feel trapped, there's a reason why you're trapped, why you feel that way. Life gets better. Well, doesn't sound like it's going to get better for her right now. Again, like, I don't give a fuck if you feel trapped or not. I'm sorry, but you're in a fucking police station, which sounds like for killing somebody. I don't know how fucking bad you want me to feel. Oh, they have their rights. You know what? No, you killed somebody. Fucking, I don't give a fuck, right? So, like, I don't know. Sit down, shut up, suck it up. You're trapped. You feel trapped. It's because you are, and you're going to be trapped for a very long time. So, get used to that feeling, right? Oh, I'm sorry. I know, dude, right? Uh, why do you get to wait? Oh, and then what did you expect the detective, then to say after that? Oh, shit, you're not? My bad. I'm sorry. Well, yeah, go ahead. There's the door. I don't know what I was thinking. We have all this evidence that you like murdered somebody, but you said that you're not under arrest and you didn't do it. So I'm sorry. You know what? Let us buy you lunch. Please forgive us. Like, what the fuck? No, I'm not. No, you are. Like, what? Whoa, girl, stop. You're so serious? Uh-oh. Oh, she's going. Yeah, it's called methamphetamines and stupidity. What? What the fuck is going on? I thought we explained it clearly to you. You are incarcerated because you are under arrest for murder. I thought we covered this, but it sounds like you might need me to explain it a few million more fucking times, right? Yeah, because you murdered somebody, so I sort of have to arrest you. I just told you. That would be the prison in case you were confused. Well, she's not the brightest tool in the shed. Give her a break. Yeah. Well, how about I think the one that really wants to know why is the dead person that you killed, right? They probably want to know why. Like, why am I dead? Like, why am I no longer on this earth? I don't think we really give a fuck why you're crying. If you murdered somebody, like, I think they want to know why, right? So I think the officer has explained to you several times why in your case, and it's because you're incarcerated and under arrest for the murder of somebody. Okay, you know what? That's it. I'm done. Right? I'm done. She won't listen to me. She wouldn't listen to the detectives. She's not listening to me. If she doesn't know why, we can't help her, right? It's time to move on. I'd want to if I were murdered, that is, right? Which is not as funny, but not funny, right? Because, like, yeah. But, like, why? Bitch, I think we don't need to know why as much as they're asking why. Like, or, why are you there when you already know why you're there? They want to know why you killed them, right? I like that one. I like how that guy goes from like he goes from like trying to catch the old lady to like in karate stance in case he has to fight the old lady, right? Watch it. Like he goes from trying to help to defending himself, right? Look, help me. Oh, hell no. Oh, I'm going to fight. Look at. See? He goes from defensive or from saving her to wanting to fight her, like defending himself. It's like, what the fuck? Just give up and let the old lady catch you at that point, right? Okay, this one's stupid. Oh, that's sad. She almost got away with the biggest scam until she opened her mouth. She's trying to think of her alibi or whatever. Well, lady, guess what? I have a feeling you're not going anywhere. Oh, if you're gonna scam the bank, don't open your mouth. Exactly. I plead the fifth, motherfucker. Not that I condone lying about robbing a bank, but you know what I mean. Or scamming a bank, which is still robbing. I can only really go off the words. I can't. She, she just said, but I know giving you that information helps you out or helps me out. Well, yeah, but that could be false information too. So what the fuck? That doesn't. Well, just keep, just keep talking, lady. Just keep talking. This is dumb. This is dumb. I mean, this is where the guy kicks the food out into the yard, but then gives them money. Like, cool, but like, why are you wasting fucking food, right? I hope you're at least going down somewhere and donating to a fucking like food shelter or something. All you have to do is just do what they say. You might unfortunately be faced in prison, but do you want to face it alive? I mean, obviously you want a death wish if you're shooting at the cops, right? Death wish. Clearly a death wish. Oh, oh, look at a cute little teacup Yorkie or teacup whatever it is or tiny puppy. Oh, is that a Chihuahua? It is. God damn it. Oh, look at the lollipop. Okay, overload, cuteness overload. Watch out. Oh, we got some cuteness overload for you guys. All right, after watching that other shit, we needed this. Look at his fucking. to rob it. Puppy, yeah, it was a cute little fucker. Because she's, oh, gee, because what is she going to do? Oh, I don't know. She's going to fucking fill it full of shit and, oh, try to walk out with it like it was her purse that she came in with, right? Because they think she just put her old purse up on the shelf, right? And left the old one there. Okay, like, oh, God. I used to do this shit for a living, catching people like this, doing this shit. Good song, too. Yeah, Noreen, you're right. Right. Yeah, because what is she going to do? She's going to peel it off the pencil case, and then she's going to take it to like a more expensive item, whether it's in her cart now or like in electronics. Because when she gets to the register, it'll get scanned as whatever it is. And normally what they'll want to do is go through self-checkout, because because it's self-checkout, the cashier doesn't read the thing, right? So then that's how they try to get out, by putting stickers on there. I can fucking tell you, I used to do this shit for a fucking living. I would have had this bitch, no problem. And the other thing is she's doing it in front of her child, which police will get CPS involved if you fucking steal. I saw a lady steal who fucking slapped her son's hand away when he tried to reach into the purse and grab what she stole. Not because he like was doing the right thing, because he just thought it was a thing to play with. And she slapped his little fucking hand away because he was grabbing what she stole. I could tell you stories for eons, but yeah. See? Oh, look, and applying it to more. I think I just said that, ladies and gentlemen. She'll stick it on there for right now. I love this shit. Like, I would have had this girl no problem. Like she's minor league compared to what people used to try to do, and I would catch. So, like, this is like a walk in the fucking park. I could do this shit with my eyes closed. And then what is she going to do? She's then going to take those tags that she ripped off and hold them in front of the scanner when she covers the shirt that's like $10 and scanning a $2.99 price or whatever. Like, come on. Like, this is minor league shit, right? Give me a fucking challenge at least. Like, this is so, like, the most, like, easiest thing to spot someone doing in a fucking store. Boom. Right. Scanning, what was that? That's a Lego kit. It looks like a Cinderella style Lego kit. That's probably about $89. And she probably just put a binder sticker for a plastic binder that was probably $1.99. And now she's getting a $90 Lego set for $100. I mean, for whatever. Call security. We'll watch them on the camera and we'll just get her. Guys, don't worry about it. I told you exactly what would happen. And then they would call us in the office and we would just watch her. And then we would watch what she was scanning and then read the price, because we could watch the registers as they were being transactions, right? I know that's Target. But you don't have to work at Target to fucking know what they do at every fucking store, right? This is Target. I worked for Wally World, but I caught a person stealing from a Target when I didn't even work for neither Walmart nor a Target. I just wasn't going to let them walk out. But I'm telling you, I'm just saying that what they're doing is what everybody does, right? In self-checkouts. And so what we could do is we could look up the register and then we could see what's being scanned and then we could look up what rang up and we could be like, go ahead and let them walk through, because then as soon as they walk through the EAS system, we would step out and be like, excuse me, we're going to have you come in this fucking room and we're going to get our shit back and then you're going to get the fuck out of my store. And to boot, you might get arrested, but I'm not going to tell you that until the cops actually show up and surprise the fuck out of you. I didn't let people like treat me like shit because I was in like security and stuff. I treat them, you know, the way they should. I love the asset protection guys at Target. I had a front row seat to watch the self-checkouts and watching them catch all the criminals. Security office right next to the cafe. Yeah. Yeah. Well, because that's where the security offices in all retail stores are at the front of the store, right? Because that's where you're going to do exactly what we do. Let them walk through the EAS system and then step out in front of them and be going like, yo. So, and then when they tried to run, we made sure they didn't sometimes. I used to grab people by the backpack. One guy grabbed around the backpack. He tried to spin out of it. As he spun around it, I wrapped it like real quick and it grabbed his arm. And so he couldn't get out of the fucking backpack, and I had it like tight as fuck. And so we put him up against the wall and brought him into the office. Like, it's a petty theft, bro. You're going to get a fucking ticket and walk, but by you fucking acting like that, now I got to call the police, and then they're going to come find out that you now have a fucking warrant, right? It was fun watching them. Yeah. Well, shit, you wait till you get a load of me. You would have loved watching me. I mean that because that was really good. And I had some good stories. And I remember catching a tweaker who hopped on a bike. Thought he was going to ride the bike out. And I ran behind him. And right as I got close to him, I thought, I only have one chance to get this guy. And I can't grab him by the tire. Or it'll fucking tear my hand up. So I reached out, I grabbed the back of the underneath of the fucking seat that he was sitting on, and fucking yanked the bike back, and it knocked him right off, shocked the shit out of him, and he's like, "What the fuck?" And I go, "You're stealing from me. Get the fuck out!" And he took off running, and then his little tweaker girlfriend went walking by, and I go, "Hey, he ran that way," and she's like, "I don't know him," and I'm like, "Bitch, I watched you walked in with him." But thanks for not stealing from Target or from Walmart. Have a nice day. I'd be there serving up the popcorn while they grabbed the not-so-lovely people trying to walk out with an Xbox they didn't pay for. Still had the security tag on it. Yeah, and the only reason that people are walking out of those places with Xboxes that they didn't pay for is if they have those keys, because they're all locked in those cases now. And I caught a guy that actually was doing that. He was going to the different Walmarts, and he had a key that popped, a special like tool that popped the keyhole so that he could... pull Xboxes out. So if anybody ever has an Xbox or a PlayStation not paid for or no receipt on a floor, it's stolen. Because the only way for them to get them is to pay for them, and the only reason they would be walking a store is if an employee had it. Right? I mean, there's those occasional few situations, but they're right that the security people are supposed to walk, or the electronics people are supposed to walk all that to the front of the store. So if you see someone in the store pushing around an Xbox, odds are they have a fucking tool and they popped it out of the case, and they shouldn't have it. Right? The only places you should have an Xbox is when the guy at the electronics takes it out of the glass case for you, And when they walk you to the front and out the front door after the front security agent checks your receipt, which I have no problems because people steal shit. That's the only 2 times that you should have an Xbox. If you're walking around a store with an Xbox, you fucking stole it. And there are a few circumstances, I get it, but in all intents and purposes, if some dude's pushing around an Xbox in the store, he fucking stole it, okay? Trapper Keeper. Yep. Peachy folders. Yep. I used to get pencils and color in all the players. Yep. That was for like the thicker lead or sometimes like charcoal or something like that. I think the gray was, right? Because if it was a different type of putty or something like that. Target will ring the consoles and other stuff like that up in electronics before letting them leave, and then tape the receipt to the console and let them AP know about it. Okay, yeah, but okay, that's still another way. But basically, one way or another, you're walked up with it, and yeah, they'll call and say there's a gentleman and his girlfriend in a gray sweatshirt coming up with the next box. They're paid. They have the receipt. They'll show it to you. Okay, to be fair, all right. Like, people, I get it, all right? I'm not saying every circumstances, but you know what I'm saying. In the general scheme of things, right? If you're just walking around with an Xbox in your car, you're not holding any type of receipt, there's no fucking sticker on it, and people are going to notice. In all intents and purposes, if you have an Xbox in the middle of a fucking store, you didn't pay for it, okay? That the statistics prove that is the case. Sometimes the ink, yeah. Yep. Then he wore them to a round nub all the way until it disappeared, and then remember, you'd erase those so much that it would break the tip off when it got down to the nub, and then you would break through the original eraser from the pencil, right? But I would still leave that piece on, right, that had the rest of the eraser, but my other pencil eraser was poking through it. Yep, had all these things. All these. Fuck yeah. No, I remember these. Yep. Yep. And Lisa Frank still exists? That's crazy. Hell yeah. Yep, me too. I read that one, The Cave of Time. Oh. Dude, right? Right? I used to only have like the little, what was that, fucking 16 pack or whatever? The little 12 pack of crayons. You knew you were fucking living good when you had the 64 pack, right? You go over to your friend's house to color, you only have the small little container, and you go over there and they've got this big 64, and it's like this new world of color that's just been opened up to you. Right? And the best part was when it, right, when it had the fucking crayon sharpener on the back, right? Yep. Oh yeah, we could go for days, dude. Excuse me. Sorry, that was rude. That was a little too comfortable, I guess. Okay. That one wasn't funny. Oh, this is good, right? Already we got an entitled fucking asshat here. Please teach defiant woman she doesn't make the rules. And you saw that look she already gave. Oh, excuse me, officer? Like, she's already coming in with the attitude, right? So here we go. Oh, no, yeah. It's just the way she's coming across it, right? It's not what you say, it's how you say it. No, I'm just talking about, like, yeah, she has the right to ask, like, whatever, but I would tone down the attitude, lady, because odds are you probably did something wrong, and if you didn't, then you have no reason. You're just a little inconvenienced. Is it really that fucking bad, right? But yes, definitely less combative. Like, come on, chill out. What'd you do, huh? Rob a bank? Snap somebody? What? Oh crap, look at what's in big red and white right down here. What does that say? That means we're in store for a part 2 that we may never see, people. Yep, it's the ugly red part 1 rearing its head. Yep. That's what people seem to forget. People seem to think that, like, the only time a cop reads or has the right to look at their plates is when something's going on, but they run plates all the fucking time, people, while you're on the road. They randomly just run your plates, right? That's how they find people with expired insurance and stuff like that and then pull them over. People, like, that's just policy. That's part of a police policy is to, make sure that everybody's supposed to be, driving and doing what they're doing, right? So if you don't know that they run plates, here's a surprise, people. They run your plates randomly. They have every right to, right? The only people that need to worry about that are people that aren't following the law, right? And it's not really a law that's that big of a deal to stay in place, like, right? Right? Don't steal, don't kill people, and fucking drive right. Like, come on. Okay, wait for it, guys, right? Do you think we're going to get through this whole entire interaction without the unnecessary use of certain cards being pulled, or do you think we're going to get through it? Because this is a simple issue, people, that the police randomly run your plates. That's what they're supposed to do, right? That's how they can catch people that, like, get away and shit, right? Because they're randomly running a plate and go, oh, fuck, I got the guy here in Kentucky. Whoa. We're done. Oh, did she say she just went to court recently? Well, that's not helping your case any. Oh. Well, now you're in big fucking trouble. How do you not know if you have a valid ID? Like, come on. Yeah, right? Like, she knows that her license has been suspended, right? Dumb ass. How do you not know if you have a valid ID? By not doing illegal things, right? People. Oh, I didn't know that after they told me they took away my license, I couldn't drive. Oh, hello. That's okay. It's just more time for us to look at her. What the fuck? She's coming in hot. Oh no, she's like, please don't notice me. This is it. This is where he does 30 Seconds to Mars. We listened to this, right? But I think we should listen to it again. We'll be closing out the podcast soon, I think, guys, and then I'm going to switch over. And I think I might do a couple hours of Division, and then tonight, I think, is the last episode of Oh Shit, Tulsa King. More. Break me down. Bury me. I am finished with you. And this is his rendition of what he thinks the drums are in this song that he's never heard before. And it's crazy that they can even put that together, right? Alive. You do. Hey, you want it. What are you waiting for? Swizzy. Swizzy, Swizzy. Swizzle stick. Marry me, killing me. That's amazing, right? Killing me, killing me. That's pretty amazing, huh? All right. So I think hey, he's over there checking out that Doom Eternal. We're gonna raid out Crooked TV, guys. I'm gonna stop here and then jump over to my. I'm gonna go play some. I think I'm gonna play Division for a couple hours. So that'll be it tonight. Tay, I don't know if you're still out there. Dreamy, Noreen, guys. Gonna raid out Crooked, playing Doom Eternal. Uh, so you have a good night. We'll see you guys tomorrow or whoever.